Next, we're going to learn a technique called stitch in the ditch. And what that means is we're going to figure out how to stitch through a seam to secure that seam to the other side of the fabric. There are a lot of reasons why you might do this, attaching a lining into a garment and keeping things secure and from moving on the inside. So we're going to start with just one piece of muslin folded in half, and we're going to sew another 1/2 inch seam right along the edge, 1/2 inch seam allowance seam. Of course, again, don't mind me. See, it happens to everyone. Okay, there we go. We're all set. Alrighty. Now, we're going to press the seam open, and I'm actually going to leave my folded over piece attached the way that it is, and I'm going to press the seam allowance open on top of it. Okay, so we've got the seam in here. Imagine this as a side seam. That would be the best way. And then we've got our outward facing right side fabric of the garment that way. Now, we're going to stitch directly inside of the open seam allowance we just pressed on top of that seam. This one we have to go slow, be careful, because we want to get directly inside of that seam allowance. You see? So this is an interesting technique that can come in handy for lots of different ways. The other thing that it comes in handy for is cuffing the bottom of a pant. This is how a pant is cuffed. You're going to sew through the side seam to cuff up the side of the side seam, and you would just stitch straight through that if we were looking at a pant. So stitch in the ditch, very universally useful.